Brian Mudd Show is on Newsradio 610 WIOD.
We've been talking about the war in Ukraine, and the updates, for the most part, as encouraging as they could be, given the circumstances. A lot of people have wanted to help. You probably think about these people and what it must be like for them. You hear about the potential 4 million refugees coming out of Ukraine. Well, how not to be scammed? Because, anytime you get something like this, you know the opportunists are out there. Joining us to talk about this from Crime Stoppers and the Rania Report podcast, Rania Mankarious. Rania, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Likewise, doing exceedingly well. Better than I probably should be, actually. So all good here. But some folks that aren't doing so well, and those are folks who have been taken advantage of. What are you seeing out there?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And we've been on the show many times, and we talk about this throughout the country. Whenever there is a season or an opportunity for scammers to jump on something, they do, whether it's hurricanes, pandemics, wars, etc. And so the horrific situation with what's going on right now between Russia and Ukraine is one that we want to make sure that everybody who has a heart to help is also aware that scammers know this and will try to take advantage of you. So really the goal of the conversation is to get people to be thinking of this, to be cognizant of it, and to do their research before they start investing their dollars.
Yeah, it's interesting. One of the newer dynamics with more people investing in and making use of cryptocurrencies, digital currencies. Yep. I've seen a lot of the charity outreach programs that have said, hey, crypto, and we're seeing a lot of cryptocurrency that is being donated. Of course, that is also a hotspot and a favorite of the evildoers as well.
Yeah, we're seeing millions of dollars in cryptocurrency donations heading over to Ukraine, to charitable organizations, or to the Ukrainian government. 13 million in crowdfunding, and a crowdfunding appeal out of London just alone in the last few days. So we see the movement, we see people, the desire to help. But what we really want to make sure that people are doing is making sure that they're sending these funds to a credible organization, or an organization that has a history, has ties to the country, that has done work, has a connection to the people, that there aren't high fees coming out for administrative costs, that you're able to follow up and see where and how the money's spent. Keep in touch with organizations that you can actually communicate back and forth with people before you send money their way. And, it's very hard given what's going on, but an organization that's claiming to be able to take your money and put it to good work should also be able to reply to you, whether it's emails, calls, whatever the means may be, and give you updates on what's going on.
You bring up a good point because, we have the scammers that pop up when we have something that might be a tragedy here in South Florida, let alone when you're talking about something halfway around the world. I would imagine that you have some of the scammers that take advantage of that ignorance and thinking, well, it's not going to be the Red Cross, for example. It's going to be something different because, well, it's Ukraine.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of people are doing a lot of good work and listing organizations across the globe with specific ties to Ukraine, vetted organizations that are, aged. They're not brand new. They're not popping up out of the disaster. They've been on the field for some time, and listing those for you. Voices of Children, Kiev Independent. There's, Jose Andres with the World Central Kitchen. There's a lot. There's Save the Children, Sunflowers of Peace. There's a lot of groups that are vetted already, and will tell you exactly how they're going to use your money. So I would recommend, and a lot of us do, look, as we said, for an organization that's been in place that has actual ties to the area. They're not a pop-up. They're not brand new. They have a backbone and a board of directors. They have a group that you can actually contact, ways to give that are normal within, the charitable world. And I would focus your funds there and really help. Let's also add this, in addition to giving money, be cognizant of sharing truthful information that's, not emotional and fake, but rather helpful and real, and is getting actual information out into the hands of others.
Boy, it's such an important point. And Elon Musk helping over the weekend make sure via SpaceX and the Starlinks that Ukrainians continue to have internet access. And that's a huge part of their ability to be able to communicate with others and also get information as needed within the country. Rania, always a pleasure. Thank you very much. Talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.